Hey, hi. So we are doing a long video after couple of months. So I was taking a break. Uh, so in this video, like that it's not usual video that we already uploaded. It's a different type. We are going to understand complaints as the thumbnail says or the title says. So I'm speaking. There is no fancy edit, no animations, no the usual stuffs, the screen share or things like we are exchanging idea. That's it. So that was the like at the end of the video, we are going to understand what is compliance, why it's for. So if you find this helpful, please subscribe and follow. And we are posting the short content also, shorts also. So please check it that also if you are interested on topics like complaints. As our channel stays, like we are simplifying the complex ideas. So without wasting, we can go into our actual content for today, which is understanding the complaints. So let me start with a question first. Like, how many of you just clicked I agree on some pop-up today without reading a single word? Like, just leave it around the comments. So I've also usually done that, like without uh, reading it. So, but have you ever stopped wondering why these annoying pop-ups are everywhere now? So we usually think our digital data, like the browsing history, like the chats with LLM, or what we buy on the e-commerce, as just invisible ones or zeros which is floating around the cloud or on a server. But today I want to adopt totally a new mindset that think your personal data as an extension of your physical body. Just think about it. Have you, like, we have a concept called bodily autonomy. It means like no one can legally touch or restrain us without our permission, right? So privacy laws are trying to treat your data the same exact way. Uh, when a company harvests your data without your knowledge, it's not a shady business anymore. It's a violation of your fundamental human right, which is privacy. So the privacy laws exist today with because of a massive imbalance, I would say as everyday people, we constantly giving our data, often without even realizing it, to giants organization, and that has huge technical system or legal system. And these laws actually simplify, try to balance the scale by giving you rights and placing strict duties on those companies that collect the data. So now, why do we suddenly have these complex acronyms like GDPR or this compliance or DPDPA or HIPVA? So they didn't come out of nowhere. Uh, they were forced into existence by couple of major historical wake up calls, I would say. So let us travel to those events. Maybe like the first one is on Europe, which is after World War II. Say the incidents were like during the war, like the population data, like census or the religious affiliations, were weaponized to systematically identify and prosecute people, which is horrible. And because of these deep trauma, Europe emerged from the war with the understanding that data in the wrong hands is a weapon. So fast forward to the internet era, we treat no we stress sorry we trust tech giants like to govern themselves. We didn't enforce the compliance law when the internet is started. Like, we are just understanding the internet, but it failed catastrophically, if I say. uh, for example, you all remember the Cambridge Analytica scandal, right? So 87 million Facebook profiles were harvested to just manipulate the election. Companies built $1 trillion empires on behavioral profiling. Okay, so we talk about Europe, we talk about the world. Now we just need to talk about India. So just taking back to 2017, the Indian government actually stood up in the Supreme Court because one case that filed by Puttaswamy against the Union of India. And the Indian government argued that citizen has no constitutional protection against state surveillance. Think about it. Thankfully, 9 Supreme Court judges unanimously disagreed and officially declaring privacy as a fundamental right. That single landmark judgment forced the Indian Parliament to draft current privacy law, which is DPDPA, and that's first version is came out on 2023, and that's we are following right now also. So these kind of events, which is because of these kind of events, we now have couple of heavyweight laws that we need to know about when we are building or when we are dealing with applications. The major ones are DPDPA and the GDPR, which is EU and India. And let's go one by one. First, let's start from the GDPR because that came first on 2018, if I am not wrong. It has it is a massive restrictions, or it's considering privacy as a fundamental right, so it is more restricted on collecting the private users data. For example, if you are sitting in Bangalore and starting a startup, but your system handles the data of someone in, say, Paris, that means you need to follow the GDPR. So it's an extraterritorial reach. Okay, so talking about GDPR, let's it's about the companies follow that because of the heavy fines. That's I believe. So let me give you some real world examples that happen when companies break these rules. Companies break these rules. Sorry about that. So in 2023, Meta, which is Facebook at that time, if I am not wrong, was hit 1.2 billion euros as fine. If you heard about that news, it was 1.2 billion euros because they unlawfully transferring the data of European citizens to US without proper legal safeguard. Okay, that was one example. Like Amazon also got like fined 746 million euros in 2021. uh, they are targeting advertising at people without getting valid consent. So these aren't edge cases, these are fined because companies violate the core principle of data protection. So the then we have like when talking about the fines, it's actually 20 million euros or 4% of your global revenue, which is higher. That's depend upon the EU derivative, like EU Council, Data Council. So then we have DPDPA in 2023 privacy law. It came out in 2023, as I mentioned earlier. It tried to balance our right to privacy with government's need to ensure national security and boost economic development. So it is very heavily focused on getting clear concern from user. That's about it. Like that's all about the law. Like when we are talking, when we are reading the document, that's a clear thing we are getting. Like so, for the engineers, the founders, those who are watching here, they just like me. So how do you follow these laws without getting overwhelmed? Like if you start reading the GDPR, it says like couple of articles, sections inside, and DPDPA also like have multiple sections. Reading it, understanding is a jargon, but when we are building a platform, we need to understand it and we need to follow it. To get a starting, just let me walk you through like 4 major pillars of these complaints. That there is no difference between GDPR and DPDPA when it comes to these pillars. So to understand it, just build like we need to build the software the way a good doctor runs their clinic. So that's a analogy like I usually remember to understand these pillars. So the first pillar is purpose limitation. That means the doctor only collects your health data to treat you. No other data, like no bank statements, no your financial situations, your job, your marital status. These are not a worry for a doctor. When it comes to our tech, if you give a delivery app the phone number, so they can call me like when my food is arrived, those number cannot be used legally used for any other purpose, like sell it to my phone number to a bank and they are giving me marketing calls. That's according to law, it's illegal. Then the second pillar, which is data minimalization. The doctor, as I mentioned earlier, doesn't ask for bank details to cure the cold or cure whatever the disease you are. Let me give you a real example. Like imagine a fintech app that's check your loan eligibility, but forces you to share your entire phone call list, call logs, and SMS history to use it. Actually, that's a massive violation. They don't need to know who you called last Thursday to know if you can repay the loan. Collecting more than you need is illegal. If you need, sorry, if you never misuse it, even if you, sorry, I'm missing up those points. Like, the point is, collecting more than you need is illegal, even you never misuse it. That's the data minimalization. The third pillar, which is individual control. Your doctor, to the doctor that we are talking about, can't share your medical file with your boss without your permission. You have right to ask any company, what data do you hold on me? Does I can correct it or delete it? Or you can, like, if we go to Instagram, we can delete our data, delete our account, right? So they need to delete within, from the backup also, in 30 days. So that's why the 30-day period is there, and it's by the law also. So just go back to the loan app to understand this is also like individual control. Like, by scrapping your contact list, they are analyzing the data of your friends and family, whoever installed the app or gave their consent. Is that a huge violation? Because no lawful basis to process their data. Like, if I am installing the application, like, no need to evaluate on my friend or my family members. And on the last pillar, which is accountability. So that means you can't just promise your app is secure. You have to document it with and prove it when a query arrives. So to came back on these pillars, which is one is purpose limitation, data minimization, individual control, and accountability. These four are the standing pillars for every complaints law out there, which is region specific or which is industry specific, whatever it is. So before you write a single line of code, you have to know your role. Privacy law divide companies into two parts, which is controllers and processors. Say, if a hospital has a transcription company to digitalize the records, the hospital is the controller. They decide exactly why the data being collected. The transcription company is just the processor. They handle the data on hospital instructions. If you're building a B2B software, you are usually a processor. If you don't sign right data agreement with your client, on this case, you are going to find yourself uninsurable and blocked from major enterprise deals because of these complaints laws. So coming to the closure, ultimately privacy isn't just about avoiding $1 billion fines like Meta or Amazon that we talk about. It's about respect and it's about the trust. So I want to leave with this question to ask yourself the next time you open laptop to build a feature, or next time you download a new app to your phone. So are you treating the data on the screen, the same exact respect you should demand on your physical body. So let me ask this way: are you treating the data on your screen with the exact same respect you would demand for your own physical body? Think about it. Do comment your uh, thoughts on the comment section below. Let's have a fair discussion. And I know it's not a scripted video. Like, I'm talking from my mind. So I'm not usually come to video and shoot like this. But topic like this, compliance, cybersecurity, are most important things out there right now on this era, especially the era. So coming forward, like, we often, like, we need to aware of what is privacy and what is compliance stands for us, what, as a user, as a developer, what I need to take care, what I need to understand. So let's see on another long time video like this. In between I will post the shorts also, as I mentioned on the starting of the video. So do follow on Instagram, like the link is on the description, and subscribe for more educational type videos like this. Thank you for your time watching this, and I know I done lot of errors, lot of lag on this video, which is can bore you. If you make to the end, I appreciate your patience, I appreciate your time. Thank you for here on this video. See you on the next. Till then, bye.